Hello and welcome back to the Peach State Prime Transformers channel. I'm Warren, if you've never watched any of my videos. And if you have watched my videos before, you'll notice I'm in a little bit of a different setting. If you saw one of my previous videos, you'll know that I'm currently reorganizing my main Transformers room. So I'm out in the rest of my basement here where I do have my Transformers Funko Pops, Blockies, YOLO Park, all that good stuff. So, at least we still have a theme background here. But anyways, I did pick up a new figure in the process. And it's not a new figure to everybody. It's new to me because I don't own it until now. I didn't own it till now. And that is from, I believe it was around the Siege line. This was a Selects figure. It's one of the Powerdashers, the drill type. Retroactively known as Zetar, I believe. Z-E-T-A-R. And, you know, the Powerdashers were always interesting figures. You know, they were mail-away exclusives way back around 84. And, you know, the one that they always seemed to picture was the Jet one. So growing up, I thought that's all there was, and it turns out there's the drill, the Jet, and a race car. And I think the Jet might actually be one of the harder ones to get. But anyways, we're going to take a look at this figure again that's new to me. I don't know how many people actually have this one, but I found this at, it's a local toy store. I actually covered it before, called Second Chance Toys. And, you know, here in Marietta, Georgia, and they have a ton of Transformers, and I feel like I got a pretty good deal on this guy, but we're going to take a little bit closer look at him, and, you know, see what the true verdict is, if this is a true update from the original classic Powerdasher Drill. So stay tuned. Alright, so the Powerdasher Drill, or again, Zetar, as he was known in this release, you know, I think it looks great. It's kind of a, yeah, it's a deluxe class, but it is, you know, big and beefy, and, you know, he is a weaponizer, meaning he breaks apart mostly to transform. But I think he looks great. He does have a tiny little face there. But, you know, that's akin to his G1 self, which, speaking of his G1 self, I do have the figure handy. Let me grab it real quick. Okay. And here they are side by side. Now, of course, you'll notice I have a very yellowed nose cone on my original. It's just, you know, how old Chrome goes. But, you know, for this being kind of a retool of the main Weaponizer mold, it's not bad at all, and I think it does a really faithful job of representing the Powerdasher Drill type. You know, and I love the update. You know, he's bigger and bulkier, and, you know, the Powerdashers were kind of you know, they weren't really featured in much media. I think maybe in some of the newer comics they were, but, you know, I can always view them as this, like, elite team from Cybertron. And being big and bulky like this, you know, almost like the Wreckers, it really does make sense. And he has this blaster on the side, since he can't really hold it like in this mode here. But, you know, just an awesome update. The colors are dead on, too. I mean, you got some silver added into the mix, a little bit more than the original, but the black and yellow are just really spot on. I mean, these two look like relatives. As far as, you know, articulation, you know, you do have a lot of articulation since he is a weaponizer after all. You know, you do have a lot of free movement here, a lot of freedom with what you can do with the figure. Speaking of freedom and what you can do, so you can, you know, weaponizers, if you don't recall, you could snap off, you know, the limbs and different pieces of the bot. And it can actually become, excuse me, extra armor and weapons for other generation-style figures. Let's go ahead and convert this guy into his drill mode. So, usually I don't show transformations unless they're super easy. This one's kind of easy, but it's also kind of unique how it breaks apart. So I am going to show it. So we're going to remove the legs. We're going to, let's see, and I've only done this once, so bear with me here. I'm going to remove the arms, the cone. So yeah, he's just kind of a stub right now, but this does rotate. Okay, and I believe I gotta flip that up there. Turn his head around. Okay, of course his torso does come apart. So that rotates, and then... Oh, this comes off. That's right. Another piece to come off. And then this rotates. It rotates the head in. And actually, I think it looks better if we keep the head in the original way, because it hides the face better underneath his chest there. Alright, so we got that done. Now we're going to go back to these arms. I believe they just fold in like so. Okay, and you fold these down here. Let me go ahead and do that while I'm thinking about it. The nose cone, of course, will go right here on this other peg. There we go. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and place this turret on the back legs here, like so. There we go, we're getting there. Okay, and then this will become an extra cannon, which the G1 toy does not have, but is a welcomed addition. And just got to get my fingers in there. Alright. And then this will snap on like so. And then you just simply, these two little pegs on the side, they just snap into the turret here. Easier said than done, but it's really not that hard. There we go. Okay. And then we have these arms. Oh, let me take his cannon off here. Alright, those go in like that. Alright. Those snap on the sides. You can really do it however you want. I like those upwards more. You can put that cannon in, or the blaster into the cannon. And, you know, it's a nifty little drill mode here. And again, you know, there are some things you could do differently when transforming him. I'm sure this isn't exactly like the official instructions, but I like how this looks. And I think it's a great, again, companion to the original G1 toy, which, you know, was a little bit more simpler as far as transformation. You know, and that's it there. But, you know, I think they look pretty nifty together. Or, you know, again, this one as an update to the original. And, again, just like a big beefy bot. Again, I know this has been used. This is similar to, I believe, Slammer and Brunt as far as weaponizers, but you know, I think it was the perfect way to go for not only this Powerdasher, but also the Jet and the car ones, which I don't have those updates yet. So, you know, I'm hoping to collect them as part of trying to complete my updated G1 Transformers team, or, you know, Transformers bots, and, you know, meaning like Studio Series generations, whatnot. But again, this guy is just a really nifty bot, and I feel bad for not picking him up originally when I had the chance. Again, just, you know, different resources and priorities at the time, but he's a really cool drill tank. So just a few final thoughts on this guy. Oh, let me get the G1 out of the way. Again, he's a weaponizer. I've never been a huge fan until recently of the weaponizers, because they're kind of the ultimate in parts formers. However, I've come around. You know, I don't really necessarily use them to add armor, but, you know, to other figures, but I think they look great just as they are. So, you know, really no complaints, and really love this figure. And if you have a chance to pick it up, I would, you know, especially if it's a decent price, because who knows when we're going to get another remake of the Powerdashers, when, again, if you've seen my other videos before, you know, we still don't even have updates of the throttle bots. Alright, that's going to do it for this video. Again, this is just a short review of the Powerdasher Drill type / Zetar, again, that they called them for the Generation Selects release. Again, just a great figure. I already said it, but if you get a chance, I'd pick him up if you find him at a good price, along with his two brothers, which I hope to pick up eventually. Anyways, if you did enjoy this video, I invite you to give it a like here on YouTube, and of course subscribe to the Peach State Prime Transformers channel for more content like this, toy reviews, news discussions, you know, follow-ups on my current projects as far as redoing my my display in my main Transformers room. And of course, leave a comment. You know, what do you think of these Powerdasher remakes using the Weaponizer molds? Not that they're a new release, they're slightly pre-COVID, but you know, what are your thoughts on them looking back now? And of course, do you think the Powerdashers deserve a new remake, or is this kind of their definitive version? Again, love to hear from you. Also, you can check out peachstateprime.com to learn more about me and my YouTube efforts. And with that being said, I want to thank you for watching this video. Hope you have a great day, and God bless.